Hello and welcome to another Wargame Red Dragon commentary video with me, Bubblebox, and today, as you can see, we're on a 10v10 Asgarth. It's a total destruction 20,000 points. I'm starting over on Anna, and I'm bringing in, I'm just going to try and sort of punch my way through the enemy bit by bit up through this road up here. I've got 3 Buratinos to start with. I'm leaving my Waz back in Anna. I'm keeping my fob to resupply my Buratinos. I've got a couple of BMPTs to mop up any infantry along the way, a recon chopper and a little bit of anti-air. Now on my right I've got Jimmy Rustler and bsplay and 500G that are going to go up the right to try to get control of centre and Paul, and I'll just leave them to get on with whatever they're going to be doing over on the left. So let's get the game underway. Now I'm doing this video because there's quite a few new subscribers at the moment, because there was a sale on Steam. I know a lot of the new players try to get into multiplayer using 10v10 maps, which is great, and so I thought I'd show this 10v10 match that I had, and it's really interesting because a lot of people actually quit in this. Oops, we'll have that back. A lot of people actually quit in this game, so it turned out to be a really interesting 10v10 match in the end. So I'm just moving up my KA52 to try to get a peek on what's going on. I'll just stop it there. Just got a bit of some blue flashes over there as the enemy starts to come down this road. There's a bit of artillery going in. There's actually a command there. Really like these KA52s as well. They've got some anti-radar missiles attached to them which can take down like flak panzers and things like that, and some anti-air missiles as well. So on the right they've made good progress. bsplay I've played with bsplay before. He's a really good player. He's actually managed to get right up into the right hand side up here and he's going to take control of this area. And I'm reading my BMPTs, my Tunguskas and my Buratinos, getting them in position. I do see all these, of course, here. This is going to be the first battle that I'm going to be taking place in. There's another KA52 taking some pot shots over there. And bsplay moves his choppers across, including an Akula, actually, a couple of Akulas, to try to take down probably some of their starships. And Jimmy Rustler's bringing through. Now you can see 500G has just quit. He was on our team. We've already had one player quit. That's CFG, who's actually quit before the game starts. So we're now down to 8 already, although we're doing okay. We're actually in the lead, and our side's not doing too bad. Jimmy Rustler for some reason then leaves the game as well, and he of course has got hold of. Then Icehawk also leaves the game. He's on our side, and Jimmy Rustler's actually rushed all his units forward, and now kind of they've been left to go forward without any control because he actually just rushed all his units forward and then quit. And then the Godfather decides to quit as well. He's also in our team, of course, so we are now down to I think 5 players as they're quitting, and then the Godfather actually leaves the game, so he's already quit. Now on the right, I don't know why they all started quitting. I think they had a better offer or something, I'm not sure, but they are a little bit pressured, and you can see that they're down this side. Michael has not been captured for some reason, and Fedor has not even got a command on, and I think the enemy may have taken the command out of Fedor. So, but we're still doing okay up here on the right at this stage with Tiger Oxen. I think he's still in it at this stage, although he may well have quit as well. With bsplay is actually getting a lot of the units that from the players that quit out of this game. So however, I'm doing okay. I'm just getting everything in a position. I haven't done a lot of fighting yet, I have to confess. I'll just bring up an MI-28 as well, just to stop any pushes that come down here. And it looks like 500G, which is now bsplay of course, is bringing all of these units up the road as well. So we're still doing okay. We're just slightly behind now. And then Tiger Oxen also surrenders, leaving us down to what, 1, 2, 3 of us left now. So there's only 3 of us left now on our team, controlling all of these units, with bsplay having the bulk of them, I believe. So it's now at 3 against about 9 of their players, which does make things quite difficult when it comes to microing your units around. Now I do engage a couple of units there, you can see, and take them out. Just getting my Buratinos in position. bsplay on this side is doing a lot of the work, and he holds, but even though it says 500G and Jimmy Rustler, bsplay does actually hold all those units. He brings in those SU-24s as well with their missiles just to try and take down some of their units. Got a few pivads here. Raven comes in. Luckily I've got my radar missile turned off and manages to take out that Raven, although I think it was bsplay's Tunguska that got the final shot in off there. I finally manage to get my Buratinos in position and put the first salvo over on towards these Mitsubishi 106s over here. They're just quite weakly armoured recoilless rifle anti-tank weapons really. bsplay's got some quite powerful tanks here with his Cobra Saklos missiles that he's moving in on the right here. Now meantime over on the left it's collapsing a little bit, we can see, and then Jin's surrenders. He's actually on the opposing team I think, yeah, so they lose one player there. But meanwhile we're sort of getting a little bit mullered in the middle here with none of these big sections being taken. We still haven't got Charlton back, and we still haven't captured Fedor either, and I think it's mainly because no one's really playing at all over on this side. So although we're sort of holding and doing okay on the right hand side, the enemy have got a bit of a free run over on the left hand side. I'm not even sure if Kolo is still in the game at this stage. He does quit at some point and leaves it just to the two of us. So at this stage I think it's either 2 against 7 or 8 or 3 against 7 or 8. Now I am firing hard with my Buratinos here because they did do a bit of a push, so I decided just to whack away with the Buratinos, and I've got a BMPT sitting there that's having a go at these infantry and these lightly armed trucks. There is an Abrams, and I have got an Mi-28 that's unloading into that Abrams as we speak. They do send in some planes. I've got some anti-air as well out here. These Tunguskas are doing a good job, and the BMPTs, there were some planes from bsplay as well just to help me out deal with this push coming down there. So my Buratinos are all out of ammo now. I'll just bring up some extra anti-air, some Strellas and some Tunguskas, because they are going quite heavy on the aircraft at the moment. Now at this stage I've gained some more units from over here somewhere, because from one of the quit players, and I think that's when the last player quit. So now I believe it's just me and bsplay only. So bsplay will have control of all of these brown units now, all of them. So he's completely on his own over this side, and I did message him at some point to say, look, I'll take control of the right hand side of the map if you can try to plug the gaps on the left hand side of the map to try and do something about the enemy coming through there. Now we are in the lead here, and you can see bsplay's got a good 2,000 points. I'm okay on 520. bsplay is playing very, very well, although obviously he's got quite a lot of units to play with, but it's quite difficult to micro. And yeah, so we've got to deal with all these on our own. Now he sends in these Su-24s again with their rockets to try and pick out some targets, although there's not really much there for them to have a go at. And you can see the enemy's starting to use artillery quite a lot now as well. Now meantime I get some more Tunguskas into position, and they send in a load more planes, but if they come too close my Tunguskas are going to pick them off. Now bsplay is pushing forward with some tanks here. I have to admit, sitting back just a little bit, because I realise that when it's 2 against however many players they've got left, that it's going to be really, really difficult to actually attack, and we're better off setting lines of defences and letting them come to us to try to win the game in that way, especially on a massive 10v10 map. Now meanwhile over on this side you can see it is crumbling a little bit. We've lost Constantine, we've lost Leonid now as well. We haven't got control of Chariton, so they're going to be getting a lot of points, a lot more points than us now as well, and they're going to be spamming out units against us, although we do still hold the ground pretty well with another plane going down there to my anti-air on the right hand side here. Now try to bring in some resupply for these Buratinos, so they will definitely be pushing down this road again, I was sure of that, so I just wanted to bring out some more some supply to resupply those Buratinos, getting ready for that advance. In the meantime bsplay is doing his best over on this side to try and hold them back, although he's got a lot of area to cover, and here you can see he's concentrating a lot over on the left hand side now. He's kind of leaving the right hand side for me to deal with, although he is getting a little bit overcome. There's a lot of choppers coming in here. He has got these Su-24s that are trying to help out as best they can, but these Super Cobras are sort of chewing through Constantine. He's in danger of losing that area as well. Now in the meantime, over on the right hand side where I am primarily based, it's not too much happening, although I do know they're building up. You can see them building up here. They're definitely going to do a push quite soon. I've got my Buratinos charged up nicely, so they're ready to roll once again. But a lot of the action's over here at the moment, where bsplay is trying just to hold back their push. Now the problem for bsplay is, over on this side, is they've got control of Michael now, which means they can bring units out of this spawn point here where the tunnel is, which puts him under a lot of pressure even in Leonid now. So yeah, he's got his work cut out. In the meantime, they're sending Thunderbolts, Nighthawks, or someone's got a USA deck over here and attacking us into the middle as well. In the meantime, I bring out yet more anti-air because they are using a lot of choppers and a lot of aircraft. So the first thing I bring out is some Strellas just to put in these tree lines. I'm going for a defensive line all the way along this ridge and to try and get units into these buildings over on the right here. As you can see, I also bring in quite a lot of fairly cheap tanks, these T-72s, just to put them in the buildings. Now it is impossible to micro the amount of units I'm sort of getting, so I tend to just sort of put them in a defensive position. You can see more Strellas coming out and put them in places where I don't have to kind of babysit them too much. They can kind of look after themselves. And I'm also trying to resupply my Tunguska up here with my Strellas, which are taking out those planes as they come over from Jacob and from Sergei, the area of Sergei. Now meantime, over on this side, you can see that he's kind of getting some defences set up in Leonid. He's decided to go a bit defensive now as well. And we both agree we can only win this by going a little bit defensive. We can't attack. I mean, bsplay is getting so many points now because he has picked up all the units from those players that have quit the game. I've probably picked up a couple of those units and points, but he's picked up the majority. So he's got a lot of points and a lot of units to deal with. And he's still helping me out a little bit, you can see, with his SU-24 and his MiG-25s here. So starting to push down here. I've got some BMPTs in position which can take care of these lowly armoured trucks quite well. I've got an Mi-28 standing by here. My Buratinos ready to move as well. Getting my T-72s and all my anti-air in position in these tree lines, waiting for the push. That will definitely come. Bring out a couple of Ka-52s, try and take out some of these flak panzers and stuff, although he's got some MiG-25s moving in there as well. So we're doing okay, just about holding them. He has managed to hold on to Nicholas on the left hand side here, which is a little bit of a thorn in their side. It's a good job they didn't get that as well, but you can be sure they'll be spawning units out of Michael, and he is setting his defences, as you can see, putting his BTR ATGM units, spreading them around the place in anticipation for a push down this road and down this road here. In the meantime, on my side, more T-72s coming in. I've also brought in some Iglas in preparation for their aircraft, which will invariably come over. They are starting to mortar now, getting their artillery out and just peppering the tree lines where they see my units entering. Now points wise, we are just still almost 1,000 points in the lead, which is a winning position, and another player drops there from their place, Lord Polo. So they're losing a few players, but I think there's still like at least 6, maybe 7 players on their side. Now I've managed to get, I don't know why my T-80Us came, and another player quits there, why my T-80Us come out of right from over here, and some Nonas, but they do. I sort of don't notice that at first, but they do survive and manage to get over, because I want to get some T-80Us and some big tanks to enable us to push back any pushes that they may do. Now they're getting a lot of units into Fedor now, and they are starting to just come forward, and they've got these nice Bradleys as well with their TOW-2s, I think they've got, on just normal TOWs actually, with the TOW missiles, still quite deadly to tanks. I've got quite a lot of anti-air, so I don't want to push my anti-air, my choppers forward too much, but I do try to micro my Buratinos into position for a go, and I'll bring out a couple more Buratinos as well. Now because I'm controlling a lot of other players' kind of units, or what they would be, you get an extra batch of units, so I am able to keep bringing in quite a lot of Buratinos to push them back, and the idea of these is just to try and flatten Fedor, oh not Fedor, whatever that's called, what is it? I can't even see because the units are in the way. Jacob, to try and flatten Jacob, just to hold them back. And then I bring in also some T-74Bs. And I bring these in because they've got, they're quite cheap. I can spread them along the tree line with the T-72s, and they have got some nice ATGMs, and I bring some Strellas out to put in the bushes just behind the tree line as well. So you can see I'm getting a nice line of defence over on this right hand side, and hoping to at least hold them, if not maybe even to push forward a little bit later on in the game. And meanwhile bsplay is doing a similar kind of thing. He's got his conkers out, he just needs to unload these trucks. He's bringing more units out on the left here, so he's pretty much fully concentrated over here on just stopping them pushing forward and taking our bases out. He's also managed to get us Ivan and Gregory in the middle, which is really nice because they are very high point areas as well. Now meanwhile on this side I start going in with the Buratinos. One Buratino has already fired. This guy here is about to fire into the tree line. I'm pushing forward some Leopard 2s which take out my BMPT, but luckily I have got these T-80Us into position now, so they can fire upon these tanks that are coming down here. Another Buratino fires in there just to flatten a little bit more of Jacob, and I think I've got more Buratinos that come in to do more flattening of this area later on as well. They are firing still with their artillery. Down here I do manage to sort of micro these choppers out of the way. I think they're just hoping to hit my choppers, which yeah, it's a good tactic. A bit crazy, you can shoot choppers out of the air with artillery, but that's the way the game works at the moment. ADATs are going down to my T-80Us, as you can see. Brought those ADATs forward to try and take out my choppers, but my T-80Us are there, should take out those ADATs no problem whatsoever. There they go, surely, yep, down they go. Pushing forward some other tanks and things now. I'm getting my T-64Bs in position with these nice Cobra missiles, so that should stop at least any light tanks from coming across and trying to encroach on our positions over there. In the meantime, bsplay still holding over on the left here. He's been really pressured in Nicholas at the moment. He's got some units out here just to try and control anything coming over the ridge there, and he's trying to bring out some tanks just to try and hold anything coming down the road here as well. Although you can see his command's down to 1 point now. There's actually 3 Leopard 2s in there taking out his units, so they're on the hunt for the command. Obviously going to run into these 3 T-64BMs. Probably the left Leopard 2s have probably got this one, to be fair, but we'll wait and just see what happens here. Here we go. I'm sure these Leopard 2s are going to do some serious damage. Yeah, these guys aren't going to have a chance here, I don't think. Oh, he took out... Oh, actually, took out 2 Leopard 2s there. Oh, it's the Leopard 2s, isn't it? Not the Leopard 2A2s I was thinking of. Yeah, so, yeah, good job. Good job. My apologies, bsplay. I am a noob after all. Anyway, meantime, over on my side, I have been continually Buratinoing this area of Jacob just to try and keep them back. Buratinos are out of ammo, but I will bring more Buratinos. Now what I do here, instead of resupplying my Buratinos, which is quite heavy on like microing, I just keep bringing out new ones, to be honest, and then dump the old ones back of the map. Bit lazy, but what else can you do? Now I am bringing some supply out though for my anti-air and stuff like that. Now I do bring a load of units out over here. This is anti-air, and the idea is to put them kind of in these mountainous areas around here, just to stop them flying their planes over all of my units, or being able to micro their planes to fly them over all my units. And you can see what a nice line of defence I've got going all the way along that ridge line and across the main road here as well now. So there's not much of a way through for them. We're on 10,000 points. We are now 2,000 points in the lead, so considering there's only 2 of us playing, I think we're doing pretty damn well. And you can see that bsplay has been using Buratinos here as well, just to hold back their units that they'll be bringing out from this area here into Michael. He's got his defences set up as well, so we're doing okay, and he's still managing to hold on to these central zones as well. I just need to unload my anti-air units there. Now what I do now is I just, well not quite yet, but I will soon try to actually push forwards into these buildings and get some infantry in here. So if I can get infantry into these buildings, it's going to make it even harder for them to get units across. However, they've got a number of Cobras and stuff in here attacking my tanks, so it's a little bit dangerous. The T-64Bs are firing their Cobra missiles to the tanks that are over here, but unfortunately their Super Cobras with quite a decent range and some very nice anti-tank 2-2 missiles are creating havoc with my tanks. Now eventually, when I notice this, I do bring forward my Strellas and my Tunguskas, and we managed to take out these, I hope we managed to take out these 2 Super Cobras at least. If not, yeah, we'll take one out there. Really expensive, those Super Cobras, once they go down. We'll just take that one out there as well. Still leaves their Jaguar too, but I'm bringing a couple more Buratinos and pushing forward some infantry into these buildings as well. Meanwhile, over on the left, he's just about managing to hold on to Nicholas still. They've got a lot of units bearing down. You can see he's set a little line of defence up here. I'm not sure if that'll be enough to hold back this push, but he's sending in SU-25s and all sorts just to try and hold on to Nicholas as best he can. Meanwhile, over on the right, getting more Buratinos into position. I do pull back my anti-air units a little bit because as soon as I get them into this tree line to shoot down their trucks, they start to morph or sort to artillery that area, and they've got a Jaguar 2 sitting here which could target them as well. So really I need to get some more tanks into position here. A Buratino, the Jaguar, which I believe should go down. It's not that well armoured. Take down the truck there and back there. The Jaguar 2 is very stunned now and gets taken out. Got Apache coming in, which gets stunned actually by the Buratino. They've got another Jaguar 2 there which could take out. I'll just bring my anti-air forward again, just try and take out this Apache. There's also some Cobras coming in. That was quite fortuitous. I managed to bump into those there, and I'm going to try and fire this other Buratino. Oh, he's rushing in with a Coyote here. I'm a little bit low on the ground here with for tanks, but I've got 4 T-64Bs just coming into the action as well, just here to replace the ones that died. Now I've got some infantry, some Spetsnaz into these buildings, and I'm going to try and get a little bit of anti-air into these buildings as well, and some ATGM units, and bringing forward some more Strellas just to put at the back there as well, to stop their choppers keeping on coming in, taking my tanks out. Meanwhile, they are getting a little bit desperate, I think. They are starting to throw things forward a little bit haphazardly. They're even sending in a Thunderbolt, which is very dangerous when there's lots of anti-air missiles flying around. These Thunderbolts are great. They will kill tanks really, really easily. But you don't want to use them against cheap tanks, because if they get taken out, Strellas are attacking here, and that's an expensive unit to lose, 140 points. So they're now coming in really, really heavy with the artillery. You can see I'm just burning through the Buratinos like nobody's business. I'll bring in 2 more Buratinos. I managed to unload my ATGMs here. I managed to take out their Lux recon unit there, and I'll keep pushing those forwards and get them into these buildings at the front here eventually. So we are actually advancing very slowly, or at least we're stopping them coming back. But you can see the artillery they're pouring in. They send forward a couple of choppers here. I don't know if these have got infantry in, we'll soon find out. But I've got some Sresnets here, which should do them some serious sort of morale damage at least, if they can get their shots off. They are actually trying to land when they run into these, it looks like, or turn around. But my Strellas are firing as well now, takes them out 25 points each, and should be able to get these guys down as well. Got gun tanks coming in, we've got some Pathfinder air recon infantry, we've got some more infantry trying to come across there as well. So it looks like they had the same idea to try and take these buildings. I've got some Iglas, but I could do with these helicopters. I might come around the corner a little bit, and the Buratinos are going to come into play very shortly as well. Meanwhile, how's bsplay getting on over here? He's getting on okay. He's using his Buratinos again, as you can see on Michael. He knows they're spawning out of here and getting units into Michael, so he's holding them back with Buratinos. He's still got that command in here. They've got a command in there as well, obviously, but they haven't got control, and he's got all these units here ready. If they do take this guy out, then when they spawn in, they're going to have to deal with these guys as well. Hopefully he can take out those 2 Crotals. Meanwhile, back over on my side, I have Buratinoed the hell out of this area because they were pushing forward, and you can see another couple of Buratinos out of ammo, get them out of the way, and I bring in, yes, another 4 Buratinos and bring forward some infantry. I don't know what these are, whether these are, I can't remember if these are Spetsnaz or or other types of infantry. We'll soon have a look when they unload, but I'll bring these forward, just dump them into the building. They've got 4 Jaguars sitting here. I would love to get rid of them, and in fact I'm after these Highlanders with these BTRs unload, and indeed they are Spetsnaz, which should be able to deal with these Highlanders easily. Got a couple of Tunguskers up there, a couple of Stretzners, getting the Buratinos back into position again. It's got some voodoo and something else coming in behind it. In fact, a whole bunch of planes. I've got lots of AA here. We should be able to take these guys out. There's 1 voodoo down. Surely. 2 voodoo down. Can we get the last one? Tunguska's firing. Surely that'll go down. It actually gets away. Oh no, I think it went down as well, so that was good. And the Tunguska's now firing on these choppers over here. And another Buratino attacking. Yeah, it takes out 1 Jaguar there. There were 4 Jaguars sitting here, remember. Well, they're just trying to micro out of the way there, but I think they're going to go down quite easily, and those choppers get dealt with nicely. So the enemy are getting quite frustrated at this point, believe me. We're still 2,000 points in the lead. I'm holding this ridge still. I'm managing to push forward. bsplay still just about holding the middle. He's got a lot of units in Ivan actually, so they're going to have trouble getting him out of there. You can see he's supported these units with lots of Buratinos as well. And he's still managing to defend Leonid. He has actually lost Nicholas now, which you know, he put up a good defence there. Didn't have much of a chance, to be honest, in the end, but he has managed to get some units, so they'll have trouble spawning out of there. They'll have to still spawn out of this land one here at Michael, but he's got good defences again all the way along there. We're looking not too bad defensively. I am trying to push forward as best I can, get these Spetsnaz into the building. I could probably, I was going to say I could probably do with some recon, and I do actually bring out a KA-52 right over the sea here in the north of the sector Paul. So we spot a couple of CH-147s over on the left, and if they come any closer they're going to get shot down. Yeah, a couple of Tunguskers firing on those CH-147s, although they are getting artillery at the same time. There's also a push here in the centre of this crossroads with a bunch of starships by the looks of that. We've got it covered with some T-64Bs, and we've got an Mi-8B here. Looks like quite a big push coming down here. Yeah, 8 more starships, some Pivads as well. We've got some tanks here. Oh, we've got an attack with Euro Freedom Fighters as well. Looks like a big push here. Nighthawks dropping bombs. Take out one of those Freedom Fighters. Got a big push on the crossroads here for a 12, 13 starships. Buratino is going to fire right into the middle of that crossroads and put a stop to that. In the meantime, my Mi-8T is firing on these starships down here. Another KA-52 coming in from the left there. Hopefully I'll move this Mi-28 into position quite soon, and there's even more starships coming down the road. More Freedom Fighters coming in. Followed by, well, they're probably all Freedom Fighters. Yep, a couple more Freedom Fighters. Got loads of AA here. They're just going to end up suiciding themselves if they're not careful. Tunguskers open up. I've got a couple of tours back here now as well. There's 16 radar guided missiles. Going to take those guys out nice and easily. Meanwhile, the starships, although they're kind of getting through, they're getting absolutely pummeled now. Got an Mi-28 over here in position, and it's just loosing its attack out 5 Saklos missiles into the sides and fronts of these starships. These starships are not that well armoured. Not the best tank in the world to be doing this sort of thing with. Still got these tanks here nearby as well. So the Mi-28 actually will soon run out of missiles. Oh, it's still got 16 missiles left actually, so it should be able to put a stop to those things. Also pushing forward some trucks here. Looks like they're empty, just 5 points a hit. It looks like this is just kind of a final thing. They're even sending in Hornets now. Wow. I'm not sure what they're hoping to do with those guys. Tours are going to take those down. 1 down. Oh, they're actually attacking my KA-52. 2 Hornets down, and will we get the last one? Not quite. That's just going to make it out. But oh, one more missile. Yeah, that just makes it out. Starship push. Looks like it's been stopped. It looks like bsplay noticed what was going on. Brought in a cooler there to help me out just briefly. I've got some more Mi-4AVs with their rocket pods coming in on the action, and their anti-tank gun weapons as well. A bit cheaper, but can do a good job. Took out 2 Abrams there, 120 points apiece. Another Freedom Fighter coming in, and I think they are running out of ideas. A couple of Nighthawks on bombing runs. but we've just got too many defences here for them they're able to easily stop these kinds of pushes. In fact, we've got 3 hawks sitting there now looking for our choppers, but our choppers are too far back to have them worry about them. KA-52 is taking a shot on the Voodoo along with the Tunguska and the Tor, even though it's actually going to get away. That's quite unbelievable. So I can't imagine they've got a lot left. We're on 19465 points. We're going to need a few more points now. There's a Gazelle right there waiting to get taken out. On this side, wow, he's going in with all his planes, going to try and finish this thing off. They're actually pushing down this side as well. Su-25s unleashing all of their rockets into these tanks. Oh, he's just letting them rip here now. Look at that. There's an Eagle coming in, but too late. It's GG. So a nice game. Did end up 2 against a lot. We did have to go defensive because you just can't micro that number of units on a 10v10, massive 10v10 map. And you have a look at bsplay score first of all. 11,942 kills to 10,330 losses. He did have the bulk of the troops on the map. You can see that by the amount of command points that he accrued, 28,430. I took down 7,187 points for only 3,640 losses, and got a few command points for our side as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video, especially those of you that are new to Wargame Red Dragon that have recently subscribed to the channel. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do comment, like and subscribe. Enjoy your wargaming, and I'll see you in the next one.